Picture this. The year is 1861, and the United States is on the brink of a civil war. The nation is divided, the tension between the North and South palpable. The core of the discord, issues such as slavery and states' rights. The northern states, industrial powerhouses, are pushing for a unified nation and the abolition of slavery. The southern states, on the other hand, are agricultural societies relying heavily on slave labor and are staunch advocates of states' rights. In the midst of this turmoil, the election of 1860 takes place. The stakes are high, and the outcome will determine the future of the nation. The victor? A tall, lanky lawyer from Illinois named Abraham Lincoln. As the 16th President of the United States, he is tasked with the monumental challenge of steering the nation through its most tumultuous period. And so begins the presidency of Abraham Lincoln, a man who would be tested like no other. Born into a poor family in Kentucky, Lincoln's journey to the presidency was far from easy. Raised in a humble log cabin, young Lincoln's thirst for knowledge was insatiable. Even with limited access to education, he would often be found immersed in a book, teaching himself everything he could. The family moved to Illinois when Lincoln was just 21, marking a significant shift in his life. Here, Lincoln's political ambitions began to take shape. He diligently served in the Illinois legislature, earning respect and recognition for his eloquent speeches and pragmatic approach. His political journey continued to the U.S. House of Representatives, where he served a single term. Though his tenure was short, it was impactful. Lincoln's stand against the expansion of slavery won him national recognition, paving the way for his presidential run. In the year of 1860, Abraham Lincoln, the self-taught lawyer from a log cabin, ascended to the highest office in the land. Lincoln's rise to power was testament to his belief in hard work and perseverance. President Lincoln's term was defined by one of the darkest periods in American history, the Civil War. This horrific conflict erupted just a month after Lincoln took office, and the burden of a nation divided fell heavily on his shoulders. Lincoln, a man of principle, was determined to preserve the Union at all costs. He saw the United States as a unique experiment in democracy, a last best hope for the world. His actions during the war reflected this belief. He was not a passive observer but an active participant, making strategic decisions that shaped the course of the war. He was not afraid to take risks, as his support for the controversial Emancipation Proclamation demonstrated. The Emancipation Proclamation, issued in September of 1862, was a turning point in American history. It declared that all enslaved people in Confederate-held territory were to be freed. This was a bold move, one that faced criticism from many corners. But for Lincoln, it was a necessary step towards ending the institution of slavery and restoring the Union. Yet the Civil War was not just a political struggle for Lincoln, it was also a deeply personal one. He lost his 11-year-old son Willie to typhoid fever in 1862, a tragedy that plunged him into profound grief. He also faced criticism from both his allies and enemies, who questioned his leadership and his handling of the war. Despite these hardships, Lincoln remained unyielding. He was driven by a deep conviction that the Union must be preserved, and that slavery must end. He navigated the stormy waters of the Civil War with courage and determination, making decisions that were often unpopular, but that he believed were right. Through it all, Lincoln remained steadfast, guided by his belief in a united America. He was a beacon of hope in a time of darkness, a leader who held firm in the face of adversity. His actions during the Civil War have left an indelible mark on American history, a testament to his unwavering commitment to the ideals of freedom and equality. Tragically, Lincoln's life was cut short, but his impact on America is immeasurable. In April 1865, an assassin's bullet silenced the voice of a leader, but not the echo of his deeds. The immediate aftermath of Lincoln's death was a nation in mourning, a country bereft, grappling with the loss of its guiding light in the darkest of times. Yet, as the dust of grief settled, Lincoln's legacy began to take shape. His leadership during the Civil War, his unyielding commitment to the Union, and his unflinching courage in the face of adversity became the bedrock of American resilience. His Emancipation Proclamation, a bold stroke of his presidential pen, didn't just end the institution of slavery. It marked the beginning of a long journey towards equality and justice. Every chapter of American history since then bears Lincoln's imprint. His ideals continue to guide, his words continue to inspire, his vision continues to shape America. Abraham Lincoln, a man of humble beginnings who rose to the highest office, left an indelible mark on American history.